What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Matt here. So one of my subscribers, he's a great dude, another Marine. I got a soft spot for Marines for some reason. But another dude, another one of my followers, Booze, a good dude, shows up in my live videos and stuff like that. He's recently getting back into concealed carry, and he asked me to do a video. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a video for him. He's a good dude. And like I said, I got kind of a soft spot for my Marines, especially when they're my subs. So we're going to talk about concealed carry. We're going to go about the very basics of concealed carry. Because there's a lot of freaking misinformation out there when it comes to concealed carry. There's some people that say you have to carry this, you have to carry this, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to be able to do this, shoot from this, do this type of shooting, that type of thing. You don't need any of that crap when it comes to concealed carry. You really don't. And there's a lot of different types of holster maker. Good job. And there's a lot of different types of holsters out there that people say you got to stick with this holster, you got to use this holster. And there's so many different holster makers out there that, you know, there's no one that's better, honestly, better than the other. I mean, some are better quality, some are shaped a little bit differently. Every holster has a job to do, and it usually does its job pretty damn good. And if you're looking at what you can afford and what you can carry on your hip, then there's a lot of options. But when it comes down to it, a holster is a holster. All right, so you just need a holster that works. We are going to talk about the three main rules of concealed carry. All right, rule number one, have a belt, a good solid belt that can hold up the weight of the pistol and the holster. That would be something like this. All right, this is just one of my belts. I have two belts, two concealed carry belts, or two belts. There's belts to me. This is a Amish handmade bull hide belt. All right, this is like a $30 belt that I got on eBay. All right, right here. This thing is so reinforced, so heavy duty, that when you put the weight of a gun on this, it just holds it up. And it makes it more comfortable when you're concealed carrying a firearm. The belt is what you call the foundation of concealed carry. This is one of the most important parts right here. If you have a crappy belt, then you're going to be uncomfortable and your gun is not going to be held up and your holster may not properly connect to it. So get yourself a good belt. Like this is called, it's what is it? I got it on eBay. It was the Amish handmade EDC tool belt. I think something like that. I think that was the name of it. So if I find a link, I'll throw it in the description. This right here is a good belt to use. Another good type of belt to use is something like this, okay? This is a reinforced webbed 511 tactical belt. So this is like a $45 belt. Now there's different types of reinforced. There's some that are like thick. This one is like double the thickness of a web belt, and the same thing, you cannot collapse it, which means it holds up the weight. But there's also belts that you're talking hundreds of dollars when you get into this, even higher. They have belts that have like a core, like some sort of hard core in it, whether it's metal or polymer or something like that. It's actually inside the belt. And once thing in it gives you the support that you need to hold up the gun on your hip. So the rule number one, get yourself a belt that can support the weight of the firearm. Rule number one. Rule number two, have a gun that works. A gun that you know how to use. So whether it's something like this, all right, the guns I'll be using this have been cleared for this video. Whether you choose a Glock 19, all right, choose your Glock 19. If you prefer a revolver, use a revolver. If you have 1911s, you have SIGs, whatever it is, choose a gun that you know how to use, that you can carry, that you know how to shoot, and one that works. That's kind of important. Get a gun that works. So have a belt that works, a gun that works, and that you know how to use. If you like safeties, have safeties on it, all right? You don't believe all the crap that people tell you. If you prefer safety and you know how to take that safety off and you train yourself daily, use that, all right? In the military, we take off safeties all the time. It is not a hard thing to do with training. Now, the next step is you need a holster, okay? You need a holster that holds the gun. Now, there's a lot of different types of holsters out there, so I'm gonna cover the very basics of holsters. You have pancake and taco, all right? Pancake holster, taco holster. All right, pancake kind of looks like you put a pancake, put it up against your hip. Taco kind of looks like a burrito or taco, right? Whatever. Now, when you're concealed carrying, something like this outside the waistband is only good for winter months, all right? When it's cold out and you put layers on, put a jacket over it, that's how these work. Now, some people will say otherwise, oh, it hooks close to your body. They do hook close to your body. It still prints a lot, all right? These still print a lot when you're trying to conceal and not have a gun, because one of the main rules for concealed carry is don't let anyone know you have a gun, right? So you put something on like this, you see the shape of the gun, you see a big bulge in someone's hide. So this is better for winter months. Like in the winter months, if I have a jacket on, coat on, I have no problem carrying something like this. In the summer months, no, I'm concealed carrying something like this. Then you have taco holsters, all right? Tacos come in inside and outside the waistband holster. This is an inside the waistband holster. So this is a taco holster. Now these print more than pancake holsters because it's a bulge, all right? It's a bulge. Say the belt go through, or a belt go through, and there's a bulge in one section, whereas the pancake kind of levels out the bulge a little bit. But this right here works, especially if a cover garment over it. So another thing that you can do too is something like appendix carry, all right? Appendix carry, if you're into that, if you enjoy it and you're comfortable with it, appendix carry is another good way to go. An appendix carry is kind of like a teardrop shape holster. There's usually, I like the ones that have the clips on the side. There's some that have the clips on the top. The clips on the side are nice because no buckles get in the way or anything like that. And it has a claw. So when you put the gun in here, it pulls the pistol grip up against your body. One big problem with appendix carry is the pistol grip sticks out a little bit. We'll grab this. One big problem with appendix carry is the pistol grip sticks out a little bit when it's on the body. You push out a little bit on the body, so you put that claw on and it pulls it against your body and kind of pulls it closer to your body, so it's easy. It doesn't print as much. So if you want appendix, go with one that has a claw on it, and I'd recommend one of these. You can go however you want, but I'd recommend having it with a side clip on it. So that's another method of doing it. Now, that is the 3 main rules, which is have a belt, have a gun, have a holster. All right, very important. You need those to be able to conceal carry. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is dress appropriately. When you're wearing pants or something like that, if you get tight jeans, tight fitting jeans, and you want to conceal carry like inside the waistband or something like that, it's not going to work very well and you're going to be very uncomfortable. You want something that's loose fitting in the waist, not like super loose, like, you know, MC Hammer style, not like that. You know, I just dated myself, whatever. You want something loose enough that you can put a gun on you and it works. I do like one size bigger than me, or there's some sizes that are about the same, that are my proper size. It's just loose enough on the waist that it works very well for me. So you want clothes that work. You don't want to be wearing skinny jeans, if you catch my drift. You just don't want to be wearing skinny jeans, especially if you're going to be screaming high pitch. Not the best way to go. Now, like I said, it's cooler months right now, so I'm wearing a button-up shirt. It's easier to conceal in a button-up shirt, especially if you're a big dude, small dude, whatever it is. You had a button-up shirt, it's just easier to conceal, more cover garments over it. Now, another thing that I like to personally do is I always like having an undershirt because I like when I'm carrying it inside the waistband, like this one right here, all right, is up against the shirt and it's a little bit more comfortable. Now, one thing I want to ask you real quick though is carrying a gun supposed to be comfortable, or is it supposed to be, you know, about defense? Is it supposed to be about comfort, or is it supposed to be about being able to defend yourself? So you got to take that into play. Is it about being comfortable, or is it about being able to defend yourself in a bad situation? Or would you rather not, you know, be super comfortable, not carry a gun, and not be able to defend yourself? So just throwing that one out. So the next thing we're going to talk about is spare ammunition. So I always carry a backup for my semi-automatics. I like pocket carry. Some people like waist carry, inside the waistband, sidecars, those are like appendix sidecars, ones back to back. I like pocket carry. I usually put it in something like this. It prevents all the lint from getting in there and all that good stuff. So it just stays in your pocket. You put it in your pocket, when you pull it out, it hooks on the edge and the mag comes out and the actual the pouch actually stays in your pocket. That's how I like to do it. You know, you can do it any other way, so that's another way. Now, there's a couple other methods of concealed carry that I talk about, and if I don't bring them up, people are gonna complain. There's shoulder carry. If you want to carry shoulder, you're gonna need a button-up shirt or jacket over it. It can work, all right? And especially if you're like driving all the time, it's a good way to do. There's cross draw. Some people like cross draw. I'm not a big fan of it, but some people like that. If that works for you and you can hide it and you're not printing whatsoever, go for it. Some people like small back carry. I don't recommend this because if you fall down and you have a gun on your spine, you have back injuries. There's several police officers that carried a backup on that, and they had serious back injuries when they're knocked on their back, when they had that big old metal piece right on their spine. So just throw it out there. But some people like to do that. If you like to do that, rock it out. Ankle carry. If you have a very small, lightweight gun, ankle carry is a great way to go. If you're like office attire or something like that, yeah, ankle carry works. If you're just sitting down, it's easier to grab too. Now, one other thing I want to bring out there is you don't need a semi-automatic to be a concealed carrier, to be a defensive fighter or a defensive gun guy, whatever you want to call it. You don't need a semi-automatic to defend yourself. You are fine with a revolver. Now, there's a lot of people that argue and go crazy, you know, tactical ninja on me, because semi-automatics they shoot more ammunition and they're bigger and they're better and they malfunction less and blah, blah, blah. And I just don't believe the hype, guys. The average civilian firefight goes between 1 to 3 rounds. It's within 3 seconds, within 3 yards. This holds 5 rounds, right? This little snubby holds 5 rounds. I like it for deep concealment, all right? For deep concealment. Do I like having a semi? Yeah, I prefer having a semi-automatic, but if I need deep concealment, I like revolvers. They conceal very well, all right? Now, I'm gonna show this real quick, because a lot of people won't believe it, because they say revolver is too fat, you can't conceal it. Which one's fatter? The one that's fat from the top to the back, all the way around, or the one that's only fat right here on the cylinder when it's narrow on the front, narrow on the back? Which one do you think is gonna be fatter? Now, another question is the human body straight, or do we have rounded? Even if you're thin, you have rounds, you have hip bones. Something like this on your waist, if you put this on your waist, this cylinder goes right into your waist groove, right into the natural curves of your body. And because of it, the revolvers literally disappear. These are easier to conceal than a semi-automatic. It just is what it is. You have a flat place on curved surfaces, and you have a thing that's slightly round that kind of blends in a little bit better. So these are great. Now a lot of people say, oh, you can't defend yourself with that because it's archaic and old and it doesn't work. There's a female police officer that defended herself with this. I loaded one of these with one of these, and she fought off 3 attackers. 3 attackers, or was it 5 attackers? 1 or 2. I think it was 3 attackers. 3 attackers with 5 shots in revolvers and 5 shots in a speed loader, and she killed 2 of them. All right, this is very effective. It works. If you know how to use these, it's good. Now when I carry a revolver, I always carry 2 of these, 2 speed loaders. Learn how to use them. All right. Learn how to use them. I did a video on that when I was shooting the Taurus, or the how do you say it, the Taurus. 85 in the video. Go check it out. I actually taught you how to use it. Now, the other thing people say is revolvers are just so ineffective and archaic and blah, 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 blah. So you're telling me that this semi-automatic round is more effective than this because this is better technology, because this is newer? You do realize this was like, you know, World War II. Germans and stuff like that, and this is more of an American round. But because this is modern day and this is what's being pushed, this is more effective than this, and this won't do anything because it shoots from a revolver, so it's crap. You know, what's the point? You don't want to, you know, risk your life, you know, carrying a revolver. Carry something like this. You have more of these. The diameters of these are basically the same when it comes to 38 and 9mm. They're literally the exact same. Ballistics are almost back to back. And they're both bullets that shoot very fast and punch holes through the thing and make things bleed. So you're telling me that this is not a good thing to carry because this is more effective? Really? Guys, really? Revolvers work fine. If you prefer a revolver, use a revolver. There's nothing wrong with using a revolver. So that is a very basic of concealed carry, guys. I mean, there really is no it's not complicated at all. People have been defending themselves with concealed firearms for a lot longer than there's actually been training schools and stuff out there. Concealed carry is about being able to pull your pistol from concealment, which is always about moving a cover garment. So whenever I gotta draw it, I always grab the cover garment and get down. So you're able to remove the cover garment, get your gun out pretty quickly, and put shots on target. You know, when unload, you want to get shots on target. You want to hit the target before it hits you. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. All right, I've talked about it multiple times. There's no such thing as a stopwatch in a firefight. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Go at the right speed. By the time it comes up, boom, boom. You're up there. If you're fumbling and everything else on the way and you're constantly fumbling, then you're going to make mistakes and boom, and you're going to have issues and you're not going to hit the target. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. That's what we're preaching in the military nonstop. In infantry and combat, that's how we live our life. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. When it comes to concealed carry, it's not about tactics. It's not about what you dress, how cool you look in your clothing. It's not about the latest and greatest gear. It's about having a belt that works, a holster that works, a gun that works, and you know how to use, and being able to pull it and hit the target before the target hits you. That's how you concealed carry a firearm. Now, one other thing I'll throw out there, every holster fits a little bit differently on a body. Me, I ride my stuff a little bit farther forward. Some people, it fits better on their body riding it backwards. Some people are better at appendix, whatever it is, whatever works best for you, experiment, figure it out, and you'll be just fine. So there you have it, guys. That's concealed carry. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about me. And remember, it's our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other. Peace.